What is going on, UGG fam? I'm your girl Kee Kee Soto and welcome back to Urban Girl Gardening. Today's video is going to be a little different, guys, a little different. I've reached my 1-year YouTube anniversary. Yes, and it went by fast, guys. And who would have thought that I would have put out over 300 videos in that time? It's crazy to me. It's out of control. But I'm so glad that I got through that first year. I'm so happy to still be here, and I'm happy about all of the genuine friendships that I've made here in this wonderful gardening community. This video is going to be a little different, but I think you guys will enjoy it. I think you guys will have a good time celebrating with me and reflecting back on how this all began. In the year 2020, the world went through some madness. We're still kind of in the midst of that madness, but I got to tell you, 2020 on a personal level for our family was all about new beginnings and change, and that started here in the current home that we're in now. We moved to this home March 1st, 2020. 2 weeks later, the world shut down, and while it was strange, and while it made us nervous, and while it made us uncomfortable, it also forced us to jump right in to planting our garden. It forced us as a family, and I'm sure a lot of you out there, to think outside of the box. You know, the pandemic made millionaires. It also made a lot of people start to garden, and it gave organic therapy to a lot of people. And so we already knew that we were going to start a garden here. We didn't know that the garden would become what it had become for us. So let's go back to the beginning. There were 2 spaces that were already available here. We had the front garden right in front of the house, and we also had another front garden which we also used. The family, we all got together. We all went and we got bags of mulch, and we did weed pulling, and we replenished soil, and we bought plants, and we did it all. And I gotta tell you, it was a good time. There was so much pride. And our home itself was already plentiful with rose bushes and peonies and so much beauty. We not only got to enjoy that, but add to it, which was our pleasure. One of the fun things about being in this space was discovering that some crazy person, no, seriously, they had to be crazy to do this, had planted mint everywhere. I mean that front garden bed was full of wild mint. So what did we do? With the help of my sweet girl, we uprooted as much of that mint as possible. We repotted it, and it grew. I mean, it bloomed so beautifully. And after we made subtle changes like that, and then big changes like the flower bed that we put in as a family, we decided to focus on this space here, the back garden, which was all grass. It was a beautiful yard, and we were so excited about it. But once we got the okay to go ahead and build a garden, we were even more excited. We got our tools, I got my helpers, and it was on and popping, y'all. We measured out a 12-foot by 12-foot space, and we planned to just grow just in that space. And boy, did we. We had the most beautiful tomatoes. It was so wonderful to watch our little cups in the windowsill of seedlings to go into the ground and give us so much food, guys. And then came the tomato jungle. And then came the cucumbers, and then came the cantaloupes, and then came the peppers and the eggplants, and it was just absolutely fantastic. Watching our mustard greens, oh, it was so delicious. I can't tell you how much of a wonderful space this became for our family. And then fall came, and we decided that we needed more. We went and we picked up 4 raised beds. We filled them, and we planted them. We planted them away, and they were beautiful with brassicas and garlic and so many beautiful veggies that God blessed us to be able to grow and produce. So we turned our 12-foot garden that had already given us so much, so much, into an even larger space. And fall was the time where I finally got up the nerve, after all of the insistence from my husband and my kids, asking me, why aren't you on YouTube? Why aren't you recording this? Why aren't you filming this? Mom, you're doing a great job. And boy, did I need to hear that. And so that's what I did, guys. That's what I did. I filmed that first video of us coming to harvest our cantaloupe and crossing our fingers, hoping that we could save it. And we did. We did. And now I'm grateful, because from where we started to where we are now is an absolute, it keeps me in absolute awe and gratitude. We've added green stalks, we've added grow bags. I mean, we went from growing our sweet potatoes in a grow bag to giving it its own 8x4 space, and it taking up another 2 or 4 feet on each side. But that's the beauty of growing. That's the beauty of God's gift to this earth. And so as I came upon my 1-year YouTube anniversary, I realized that in the year that I've been here with you guys, my wonderful UGG fam, my fellow YouTube creators, I realized that the inspiration here never ceases. It never stops. And the inspiration in life never ceases, and it never stops. And I want to encourage all of you, if you want to start a YouTube channel, start it. If you want to start a garden, start it. Start it wherever you are, because you never know where your path may lead, who you may inspire, from picking cantaloupes to making my own sun tea with the herbs in my garden. It's been a wonderful experience. If you're taking the time to learn and to grow, you are using your time on this earth wisely. And I'm here to tell you, keep going. Thank you guys so much for all your support, for making this 1-year anniversary something that I only put out into the stars what I hoped for it to be. You guys made it happen. God made it happen. From the garden to the new family that I have in you. I appreciate all of your support. Thank you guys so much for being here. Learn with me, grow with me. I love y'all. For real. Bye.